Picture this. It's Saturday, you're a sophomore in college, you have undiagnosed ADHD, and you are struggling for the life of you to study for your upcoming Calc 202 exam. You are really regretting listening to your high school guidance counselor and taking AP Calc just because it would look good on college applications. So you turn to your roommate and you go, dude, I am just struggling so hard to focus on this right now. I don't know how I'm going to study for this test. And so he turns to you and goes, dude, check this out. And he turns on your 26-inch TV that you share in your dorm, puts up a YouTube video titled Lo-Fi Hip-Hop Beats to Study and Relax To, and goes, I always put one of these on while I'm studying. It really helps me reach a flow state and get better work done. So you decide to give it a try. And to your surprise, studying almost feels easy. And for the first time, calculus almost seems enjoyable and interesting. Well, if you're like me, this has happened a lot. I'm very grateful that at this point in time, I am both diagnosed and medicated, but that doesn't stop me from needing to put on something in the background while I'm doing work. When I'm writing or editing my videos, I will almost always have SK streaming Deadlock up in the background, or I will go on my second channel's account and I will use my algorithm there to pull up a video of lo-fi hip-hop to listen to while I'm working. But there's been this weird thing going on. As I go and I search to try and find some new lo-fi to listen to, I'll see videos that look like this. No AI lo-fi. Which made me wonder, how much of lo-fi is AI generated? Well, let's dig into the history of lo-fi to figure this out. Lo-fi music as a concept is about making music that is imperfect. It's not about being pristine, highly produced, or polished. It's about making something that is intentional, but at the same time imperfect. It's about making something that's human, which arguably makes the concept of AI-generated lo-fi that much more absurd. Lo-fi was pioneered by the lo-fi hip-hop movement of the 2000s, which really stemmed from these samplers created by Boss and Roland called the SP303, the SP404, and the SP404SX. These were digital samplers that were well known for having a dedicated lo-fi button. And this button did different things depending on the model that you had. On the SP303, the lo-fi button would play with the sample and bit depth of the samples you've already recorded and allow you to change them, making them sound lower fidelity. And there was a wet-dry knob that allowed you to affect the strength of this effect. So when the SP404 released, it actually changed the lo-fi button so it would affect the samples before you recorded them. So this way you would be able to record lower fidelity samples that would take up less space on your storage so you could record more content. But people didn't like this. They wanted the control. So when Roland released the SP404SX, they reverted the lo-fi button back to its original state. The lo-fi hip-hop genre was pioneered by MF Doom and Madlib's album Mad Villainy that came out in 2004. J Dilla and Danny are two US rappers that are credited with even developing the lo-fi hip-hop genre even further. But really, when we say lo-fi these days, we're referring to the style of music that stemmed from the lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax, study, and chill to that are here on YouTube. Starting in 2017, Lo-Fi Girl here on YouTube, formerly known as Chilled Cow, is who I would say is the first big pioneer in this style of content and its rise in popularity, especially by the look and vibe of their iconic anime girl who is studying, relaxing, and chilling to whatever music. But these were far from the first of this kind of video. These videos go all the way back to 2013, 2 years after YouTube introduced YouTube Live. So some context, YouTube Live was how YouTube started implementing live streaming onto its platform, but not anyone could just use it. It was invite only. And some partners that were invited to create on this platform made radio stations of obscure electronic music genres, such as Vaporwave, which took off in popularity. And so Lo-Fi Girl exploded in popularity, especially during the pandemic, and stemmed from that were a lot of copycats. Some of these copycats were branded, like there's Star Wars Lo-Fi and Pokemon Lo-Fi, but there's also people who are just trying to copycat the entire vibe of Lo-Fi Girl by having their own person sitting there listening to the genre while they play music in the background. And I found that this copycatting has gotten just way out of hand. But I think in order to fully understand how out of hand it's getting, we need to look at the inception and rise of AI-generated content in our feeds. Those of us with ADHD or who have just been shaped by the algorithm have all seen a video like this. Driving test. Turn the car on. Okay. You like that, you filthy
Okay, we're done here.
Well, as far as I can tell, this is the first kind of AI-generated content that has really started to take over the cultural zeitgeist, to the point where it's even become a meme to pull up a video of subway surfers to try and make sure someone is paying attention to something happening in the real world. I mean, my best friend sometimes, when we're FaceTiming each other, will pull up footage of Temple Run just to try and get me to pay attention more. And unfortunately, it works. This content has rewired so many of our brains, and the worst part about it is that it's not even that creative. I mean, at least when I'm watching a video of Shane from Smosh reading a Reddit story, I feel good because I'm supporting Smosh with my hard-earned view. But 9 times out of 10, I'm seeing a TikTok short that is actually AI scrubbing the Smosh video, pulling Shane from it, putting it over Subway Surfers, and feeding it back to me, and Smosh is not getting any of the credit for that content. I mean, I've done research into this, and do you want to know how easy it is to make this kind of content with AI? Way too easy. And I'm not going to tell you how, and don't go look it up, because that's not the point of this video. The point of this is actually that I'm really grateful for something. There has been a resistance movement to this kind of content that's on the rise. Something where actual creators who want to be telling stories with their voices get to do that now. These are the voiceover artists and voice actors here on YouTube who are just starting in their careers. Some of my personal favorites are WeBearVO, WispVO, and EclipsedVO. They go out and narrate all sorts of these kind of videos, from Reddit stories to Tumblr posts to even Twitter screenshots. And the best part is, I get to get my brain rot content, and I get to support a real creator in their actual career while I watch it. It's a win-win. With the rise of generative AI and the ability to create music at the click of a button, people have begun to generate entire videos worth of lo-fi music that a computer made in seconds. No heart, no human element, the thing that is against the formative principles of lo-fi. So, we have a similar type of resistance movement here. Channels like My Kobe, Yellow Cherry Jam, and Lo-Fi Axolotl all have fully human-made lo-fi content to listen to. But the options at your disposal go so much further than this. There are DJs who do full sets here on YouTube, posting crate digging sessions where they just pull records out of a crate and put them on. And some of my favorites of these are the Japanese city pop ones and the Soviet 70s jams. There are compilation videos of people putting together chill video game music. Music from Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, or even just the Wii menu. There are cartoon music compilations, Frutiger Aero mixes, and evolutions of lo-fi's roots with videos like Weather Channel Vaporwave. These are all videos that at a minimum are compilations of human-created art. And if you view curation as an art form like I do, then these videos are art in themselves. I think as content consumers, it's our job to be intentional about the type of content that we engage with. It can be hard, but it's our responsibility to know that a human made what we're looking at, and not some grifter who's trying to make some quick money by generating some AI slop. And it's easy to do. When you see content that is clearly made by a person, just interact with it. And if you see content that is clearly made by a bot, just swipe past it, move on. And we can't be perfect. AI is getting really hard to spot these days. But what matters is that we're trying our best to figure it out and be conscious of what we engage with. And as creators and artists, it's our job to make it obvious that we're a person behind the thing that you're watching. We need to show that we put time and effort into the content that people are engaging with, and that we want people to not only engage with our art, but support us and become a part of our community. So, I have decided to join the resistance movement. I've made 2 videos. One that is about an hour of fully AI-free lo-fi funk music to chill and relax to. And another one where I practice my voice acting chops, reading some Tumblr screenshots and Twitter posts that have been floating around my group chats these past few weeks. Please check them out, and check out all the creators I mentioned earlier. You can find their links in the description down below. Make it your goal this month to only interact with human-made content. Together, we can support artists and make the internet a little bit more in the spirit of lo-fi. Intentional, but unpolished. We can make it human again. Thank you so much for watching. And to everyone last month who watched my deadlock video, thank you so much. The response to that video completely blew me away, and I'm eternally grateful for the support and community I've received. As I'm sure all of you at this point have noticed, not all of my videos are going to be about deadlock or even video game content, but just about media and art in general and what is speaking to me. I absolutely will be doing more videos on games, movies, TV, and especially deadlock, so don't worry, you won't be missing out. And if you want to further the conversation, come join my Discord server. We've been having fun over there playing some deadlock together, playing other games, sharing memes, and just talking about things. I hope to see you over there. And if you liked the video, consider giving me a like or subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around. See you soon.